Jolan true, Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I am Fleet Admiral Terek of the Dreadnought Aureus Morte, as we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets, and now we are here. We are above you. Look to the skies, for the Romulan fleet is in orbit above Terra. For one moment, and then we're back, and now we're here again. Haha! Except we can't attack the planet, so we're gone again. And we're back again. Hey, now we're here. If you look to the distance with your telescope out by the moons of Jupiter, you will perhaps see the stealthy Aureus Morte as it enters into the area, looking at a disabled vessel of unknown type and category. Perhaps you have spotted its glorious paint job of a powerful Romulan bird beneath it, as it soars through the solar system unimpeded, unchallenged. And while we're on that note, let's set up the plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode. We will set up, of course, our ECM systems to the proper settings so that we're ready to rock at a moment's notice. We'll set this down to half because that's about all we'll need, and we'll push up the engine power so we can see what we can do, which is actually about there-ish. Yeah, that's it. That's a decent enough speed. Currently squaring off against a heavy cruiser. This is all the Federation can spare to check out this unknown vessel, a galactic survey cruiser according to our scanners. This heavy cruiser sending out an emergency distress call. Engines disabled, unable to contain its warp core breach, its dilithium crystals exposed as the Morte swoops in for its nefarious purposes. Obviously we're going to steal these dilithium crystals. After all, they're no longer being protected by the containment shield. As everybody on the ship is rushing around like mad, desperately trying to save systems, as the Galactic Survey Cruiser comes in and has realized it is not alone. We have not decided to cloak. We are being brazen and open in our current operations, and they have to come in knowing that they must save the people on this cruiser, and then also have to deal with us. Or perhaps they have a different motive. Perhaps this was no mere civilian transport that was simply caught out during the middle of the fighting. No, this here is a secret technology vessel with brand new atomic weapons! Yes, they intend to use them once again against our glorious Romulan vessels. Unfortunately, the testing has gone wrong, and so they must destroy the prototype before we can get our hands on the secret technology hidden, encoded within these dilithium crystals. And we've stolen it. The GSC has already launched its fighters and is desperately trying to annihilate this vessel. It knows that if we get all the information we desire from it, that we will be able to turn this war in our favor in such a gruesome, glorious way that the Federation will never recover. Unfortunately, only one vessel was available to be sent that way, and the captain suddenly realizes that he's completely out of position, being assaulted by a flood of plasma. Whatever shall he do? With nerves of steel, he goes right through it and says, "I'm going to go on the attack." And he deploys a scatter pack shuttle and only receives some of the return fire. He's actually managed to hit a couple of times with that. Unfortunately, he has not realized that the Morte is no simple, poorly equipped, slow Romulan cruiser. No, it is a nimble and fast design, lashing out at it, causing massive amounts of damage. The USS Thresher, in command by some brave and noble captain, has realized that it is in very much trouble. It has successfully managed to destroy the vessel. However, it now finds itself completely exposed and undefended, with no shielding and no way to launch any shuttles. So that means no wild weasels, of course. And as he pulls within range, his fighter group are getting bombarded by all kinds of phaser fire from this dreadnought. However, his intrepid fighter crew continues to do battle until one gets shot down, and the other one does too. As we come around what I hope will be the final pass, is our large ship dragging all those missiles, a la Galaxy Quest. Our ship is dragging mines. You know, that would have been way cooler if he had actually died right there. Or if we could do that and drag these missiles into him. Unfortunately, neither of those things can be done. So, now that we're kind of getting over the excessively flowery, intriguing manner in which we are winning this war, let's sort of talk about this game as we normally would. I'm having a relatively good day today, thus the flowery intro. So, we're going to curl on in here. Really, a galactic survey cruiser is no real threat to what is essentially a dreadnought. A light dreadnought, sort of-ish, kind of. According to this game, it is. Shut up. Light dreadnought, to be sure, but still more than enough firepower here. And with no shuttle bay, as we come around on our final pass, well, now it's the whole scene where Tim Allen is like, "My ship is dragging mines." which, fantastic movie, by the way. It's a sci-fi version of The Three Amigos, which is also a fantastic movie. More plasma. More plasma! Nope, wasn't needed. Target destroyed. And the Morte can cruise on through feeling perfectly fine, although it took us three jumps before we finally got this mission, which is kind of surprising. Just a little bit. A little bit of prestige, 284, and of course, tile is not yet taken, and we have to go on an asteroid base assault. So, on our normal patrol through Federation space, we suddenly came across an unknown starbase in an asteroid field. Immediately responding, the Romulan fleet has scrambled the Impavitus. Impavitus? A tiny little scout vessel who... Aha! The Impavitus first found signs of this asteroid base, and the K-5X frigate also out there, I suppose, so this is the destroyer flotilla, who called us in. That's how that works. So we've been called in by the RES Suituris and the Impavita to go handle the small Federation outpost here, which is a heavy cruiser and a light cruiser. The heavy cruiser is another galactic survey cruiser, and a HDWC-3X, an alphabet soup destroyer. Was there a third one? Yeah, there is. So 2 HDWs. So one's an HWX-2 and a galactic survey cruiser. Ironically enough, in this battle, the galactic survey cruiser is probably the least threatening of these vessels. That's not a slight against the ship, but it's not really here to fight on the same level now, is it? It's a fill-in choice. It's there to say that the Federation is throwing all effort into the battle, and we will prove that with our immense firepower. Hopefully we'll be able to kill them in one go. They currently do outmass us kind of considerably. I mean, the Impavitus is not... It's not on the same level as this HDW. This HDW is coming equipped with 3 photon torpedoes, 6 phaser X's, and 4 missile launchers. The Impavitus, yeah, plasma S's are really strong and powerful, especially on something that small, but it loses the all-round battle. Although, to be fair, the Impavitus has more phasers than this HDW does. Where are you coming from? So you're also coming in from this angle, and you've brought fighters to the table. The Impavitus is, of course, currently trying to hide underneath its cloak, which is honestly a pretty good decision. Trying to outright duel that is not going to go well for it. However, we're in a decent position to intercept this guy, and so we will try. Get a little bit closer and fire the pseudo torpedoes. Try and draw out his mine. He may not go for it, though. Or he may not have one. USS Green, a very well-equipped vessel. And we're in a real good position to engage. But, yep, there it is. That's what we were waiting for. All slow way down. Phasers, engage the fighters. Thank you. Phasers, engage more fighters. No more fighters to engage that we can. We're going to be right on top of them when we do this, which is bad. Let's pull away, pull away. Oh, that was a high energy turn. This could hurt. It's going to be 3 photon torpedoes. Increase speed. We don't want to stop. We just wanted to temporarily slow down. High energy turn. Let's get ready to do this. Oh, let's also not forget our fighter squadrons. Plasma torpedoes first before that. We'll hit with everything we've got. Pseudo frigates, harass. And you'll engage him. Yep, because that was enough plasma firepower to wipe out the Green. Alright, all fighters are away. We're going to focus our phasers on this fighter group. Fighters, very dangerous to us. Well, not to us, to our pseudo frigates, and that's what I more care about. We're relatively durable. We can handle a lot of hits. Pseudo frigates, not so much. Mine's getting launched out. We're going to try and punish that just a little bit. Activate the point defensive systems. And a whole bunch of plasma incoming, baby. You are not going to have a good day there. So, lots of plasma fire getting him through his shields. He just doesn't have a whole lot of options with all the angles he's got to cover. And the fact that we can bring so many pseudo frigates, this is not so much a battle of 3 vessels versus 2. This is a battle of 7 vessels versus 2. So long as we can keep them alive. They're not very sturdy. He's engaging with missile fire against my pseudo frigates. I should really get in there because missiles are good against pseudo frigates. They don't have a whole heck of a lot of defensive systems for that. I mean, they're good for, you know, anti-mines and stuff like that, but missiles bad. So we're going to target the hazard and make him feel our wrath. Tell him to back off, my little buddies. So getting on in here, phasers at the ready. Are we not reinforcing a shield group? Phasers at the ready, yeah, definitely. Kill that. Don't let it get away. More phasers into that. There we go. Okay, all of his fighters are dead. Shields. Yeah, our forward shield was not being buffed. So let's go that. In fact, go reinforce all. We'll protect everything. mainly because I'm only expecting kind of light fire from the hazard over here. Do I have any pseudo-torpedoes? I should. Yes, I do. Excellent. So once we come around on the hazard, we'll engage with those. The Stephens is our galactic survey cruiser. Not really in a very good position at all. Just surrounded by little bugs that are stinging it to death. Although the hazard is definitely trying to make its name through this fight, swirling through it at maximum speed. Let's prepare to engage him with everything we've got. And now. I probably didn't realize how close we were to this. I mean, we're only at a distance of 10 and closing. So a whole bunch of pseudo-torpedoes heading his way. The Fs obviously aren't going to factor into his equation much, but he did dump it. Excellent. And we're in an excellent position to follow that up. All plasma torpedoes are selected, and we are going to go right on in here. Slow down a little bit, because I want to make sure that the parry dies. Where's his, where is his... slow way down. There it is. There we go. Too much phaser firepower to invest in that. Increase speed. Increase speed. Come on, a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, and kill. That's all of our plasma torpedo fire. Unfortunately, we won't be able to add any phaser fire to that. Or very little anyway. There we go. Took out his shields, most of his systems. There goes the Stephens. It's just a hazard at this point in the middle of an absolute tangled melee. Wow, the Impa Vetus really took some nasty hits there, although it's still going relatively strong. The hazard, however, fully exposed. And we are currently holding that. Excellent. Alrighty, all pseudo frigates come back home. Return, 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 and return. And set course. Of course, for the starbase now. Now we may impose our wrath upon it. We want to go somewhere in this direction. Right? Is that the direction we're going, Impa Vetus? You're a fighter, not the Impa Vetus. Where is the Impa Vetus? Apparently they want to go this way. Okay, I'll follow you guys. I will assume you're correct. Because you're the AI and you can basically see through the universe. Yes, you were. Excellent. So we were about to go in the opposite direction. Return. And return. Don't give me no sass on this. Everybody get home. Come on, return. Get your butt back in here. Dinner bells a-clanging. Come on, get home. And we're currently sitting at the maximum speed of time as we wait for this ship to catch up to us. Jeez. It's going to take 6 turns. Slow down even more. I shouldn't have to wait to do this. You should be decloaking and coming back home. I've ordered you to return home. There's no threats in range. Or maybe you did take a lot of damage. No, this is always blacked out, so you haven't taken any damage. You're just... He's doing that thing that cats do where they walk up to the door, they want to come inside, you open the door for them, and then they sit there and they're like, yeah, I'm here. What do you want? It's like, buddy, you asked to come inside. Well, to be fair, we wanted him inside. Let's kick up the speed a little bit. We're doing not as fast as I would like. We cannot hold and charge at super high speeds, but we shall, of course, prevail. As, wow, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like the Suiterus is... No, that's an I, not a T. So the Suiterus? Something like that. The Eurus is currently getting involved with the station and doing a decent job of it. I mean, he managed to hit for 1, 12, and 22. So he's a ballsy captain, that one. But then again, at this point of the war, most Romulan captains are. You know why? We're not losing at all. We are very much winning this war. There is nothing they can do to stop us. Well, they could, I mean, if they were to bring out massive fleets. But that is a really good ship to do that with, actually. It's cheap, it's small, and its plasma torpedoes allow it to engage from a range beyond what would normally be effective. Fire the pseudo-torpedoes. Let's draw out his firepower. All plasma torpedoes are ready for the follow-up shot. And I'll stop. Let's get that forward shield fully charged and plasma away. Hey, I bet you thought that was the real stuff. No, you didn't. But I bet you did. Phasers, prepare for the follow-up. You're not shooting, which of course does worry me. Oh, so you just accepted the shot. Either that or we timed it really poorly. So now we just sit here and, well, blast away. We have 19.3 points of energy in the forward shield, which is barely enough to take one shot. Phaser Force Mans. Very scary. Oh, so much damage. Not happy. We must fire back as soon as we can. Disable systems on that ship. Okay, we disabled stuff. We completely wiped out the Phaser emitter. Light. And that does it. Random asteroid base in the middle of nowhere successfully destroyed. Casualties? None. Well, I assume the Impa Vetus took some damage. I mean, You saw how scored up that ship was. Tile is neutral, which is pretty surprising considering that borders the homeworld. And we'll head back home, see what we can get. Of course, the homeworld assaults. That's where the money is, that's where the force is, and that's where the fun is. See how much damage we can deal here. Immediately, red alert, increase the speed. Actually, let's try and find out. Plasma torpedoes, enveloping plasma torpedoes. ECM systems, the 4 and 2, because the AI will match us on that. Forward shields, reinforce to the maximum. And we're currently squaring off against a dreadnought. What type of dreadnought be ye? You're a DNHX, so a heavy dreadnought. Well equipped and very powerful. We are escorted today by IKV Courageous, as well as the IKV Devastator. Very powerful. Also a phaser planet, which is deadly and dangerous. I'm going to say this one's Venus, because, you know, clouds. That's what Venus is famous for. It has a very thick, powerful atmosphere. Which, back in the Magic School Bus game, I had a lot of fun roasting pizzas on. If you understand that joke, congratulations, you played a fantastic, fun game. If not, don't worry about it. We have another dreadnought way off over here. This is a DNG, a guided dreadnought. This is a dreadnought with additional missile launchers. So we're going to focus, of course, on the heavy dreadnought first, because that's scarier. So our phasers are overloaded, our plasma torpedoes are enveloping, our forward shield is currently being buffed, and our ECM is active. So let's take some energy from that ECM budget and prepare to hit him with a brick. A particularly big brick, also a fake brick. A brick made of soap bubbles. That will trick him into swinging his arms, and then we can hit him in the face with the actual surprise real brick. Steadily waiting for the plasma torpedoes to charge. It does take a little while. Yeah, 3 turns, plus then additional time for the enveloping plasma torpedoes, although I'm not 100% sure that is. I know you get a penalty when you change from normal to one of your special modes. It's like a whole turn that sets them back by. So we're currently lined up with this dreadnought. We'll have to pay close attention to this distance meter, because we don't want to get too close to this. He's really powerful. Do not underestimate the strength of a heavy dreadnought. They are scary. Also, do not overestimate the strength of a heavy dreadnought. He did not make it through our shields. Because we did that once, ran into the intergalactic dreadnought and died. Very messily. Begin our turn, get ready to deploy pseudo frigates. We want to make sure that we are on point with this one. Wait for his stop maneuver. And there it is. That might have hit, actually, if we had deployed him there. Alright, pseudo frigates to the ready. Go, launch, kill. This is the perfect situation to engage, the perfect opponent to engage. He has he has limited point defense phasers. He has no fighter escort. I think the guided dreadnoughts just realized what's about to happen, because he really opened up on us to try and make sure he could deal some damage. Wait for it. Wait for it. And now. All plasma is away. Prepare for the phaser follow-up. We are going to get relatively close. Slow down. That's the hit. And cloak and pull through. Ooh, that mine is actually well placed to make us be revealed. So there we go. Pulling on through. Breaking off. USS Richards, of course, heavily exposed and badly damaged. He's not horrifically badly damaged. He hasn't lost a whole bunch of systems, but I'm anticipating he lost a ton of power. Oh god. That guided dreadnought is about to fly right through my pseudo frigates. That could be bad. We came out of a cloak. That did seem to get his attention, because we are now an exposed target. I want to increase speed some and set the phase capacitor to a reduced power. We also should probably start covering our stern shields, as that's where he is. Are you going to soar right on into me? Yeah, that's the curse. We're going to duck under again, because I don't feel like having to duel with him straight up. That would be very dangerous and bad from my perspective. So let the curse pass right on over us, and we should be relatively safe here. There we go. He's only getting light damage down. Kursk right on top of us, which is a position I'm not happy for him to be in, but there's not much I can do about it. Decloak. Incoming missile fire. This is going to pin us. Ow. Crap. Wasn't expecting him to get anything through. I was hoping we could get decloaked in time, but our distance was just too close. Hitting with some stern firing phasers. This is going to activate on top of us, which is going to suck. The rear shield is badly damaged there. And another one on the rear shield might knock it out. It did. Our forward shield's still engaged, though. Get back on our cloak. We're taking hits we don't need to take. Fix you. Fix you. And there we go. Defender ship destroyed. Hi. Pseudo frigates, how you doing? Still full? Good. Harass. Switch to him. No, not attack. Harass. You get close to that guy, you're going to have a bad day. And harass. There we go. Alright, increase speed a bit. We need to start taking a little bit more control over this engagement. Letting him basically control where he fights is not something I'm happy with. You engaged my pseudo-frigates, which is a good idea, actually. You've got a lot of incoming plasma torpedo fire, which is going to steadily knock its way through your shields. Excellent. You've just stopped, which will give me time to build distance. Or I could open fire. Both of them work. Pseudo-frigates, don't get close. I've ordered you to harass. You must stay far away from him. But now he's opened himself up to more fire, incoming plasma torpedoes from all directions. And let's bring the cloaking offline. He did fire a little bit of blinking firepower towards us, but we're now in a decent position. We can come around on his stern and deal all the damage we need to. That point defense system is really strong. I'm really happy that we don't have fighters that can be shot at by it. I wonder if in the base game the pseudo-frigates can be shot at by the point defense system, by the AMDs. Because if they could be, wow, that's a lot of defense that he's not getting in this game. Phasers, open them up, blast them from behind. Plasma torpedoes, keep them running. And we'll have another one on very shortly. It's enveloping mode, so it'll deal extra damage. In fact, slow down even more. And get that out there. Any more phasers? Nope, we're currently tapped out. Wait for another F-threat. Oh, this will kill him. Yep, that was it. Good job. Nice little dreadnought dogfight right there. We were able to avoid the bulk of the damage there. Only took a little bit of damage. 3 repair parts spent throughout this battle. Focus on the planet. Hi guys, come home. I want you back inside right now. Because it's dangerous to be outside, and I'd rather not have to replace you for the very expensive price that you cost. There we go, everybody's back. Now to siege the planet. So make sure that we are targeting 1, the planet. 2, that we are currently buffing the correct shield, which is the front one only. And let's see how much speed we can get out of it while providing enough defense for ourselves. That's what we're going to do right there. And we'll let the Klingon dreadnoughts go first. Let them take the fire. After all, we're Romulans. We're far more refined than that. We're not supposed to be battering rams, but we do the job pretty well. We do have the better weapons for it, after all. Plasma torpedoes set to enveloping mode, way better than disruptors. Disruptors are just not the weapon that I would want to rely on for this sort of operation. And in fact, I'm kind of questioning, how did we ever make it through the Klingon campaign with planetary sieges with disruptors as our siege weapons? I'm going to have to go back and take a look. That was a while ago. Also, this series has been going on for quite some... This season, specifically, has been going on for quite some time. I think this is episode 50. And if so, congratulations, everybody. Episode 50. So we're going to get ready to blast on in here. Heavy plasma torpedoes selected. Start to slow down. We want to hit our range of 15, of course, to be safe. Also, we're angling this way just a little bit just to make sure that we don't get shot at this weakened shield by weapons that fire from that direction. There we are, at range. Plasma torpedoes engaged. We could do the whole cloak hopping thing, but I'm not going to bother. Yeah, I'm going to stay out of it. So, next shot ought to take out all of his shields. I'm reasonably confident about that. And I know we can defeat this man, because worst comes to worst, we can always cloak hop. Cloak hopping is very effective for us. We can just dodge all the incoming fire. It does mean that the siege will take longer and we'll have to pay more attention to it, but it's an effective strategy that we will use should the need arise. So more plasma heading out. He can't chunk. Yep, we've chunked down most of his shields now. Now we're starting to deal damage. 72 damage from the undefended sides. This forward shield still intact. Hasn't quite been knocked down, but that's okay. If our campaign with the ISE has proven anything, you don't need to knock down the front door if you're going into the sides and the back. Unfortunately, it does take 3 turns for our plasma torpedoes to charge, so it just takes a little while. Lots of incoming not phasers, but missile fire. But that planet has 16 phaser 3s. That ain't getting through. Unless you're the Morak, you ain't getting through that. A decent chunk of damage there. All the shields have collapsed now. Now he's in trouble. And look at that. He's down to this level already? That's what, a quarter of his strength at this point? Send a probe. Let's find out exactly what we're dealing with. Yeah, increased speed. We're getting on top of this one now. We're getting in range so that we can engage with everything. That last hit was a doozy, and the planet is now not helpless, but in trouble. Wait for the plasma torpedoes to charge again, and blast away. Let's try and see if we can't kill everything and everybody. Down to 4. Plasma torpedoes all may engage with the Fs now. And we've done it. Phasers, blink away, blast as needed. He's got no defenses as of now. And beam the Marines, and I'll stop. And that's another planet taken for the glorious Romulan Star Empire. Sadly, this won't flip the tile. It's going to take a long time before that happens, but we are well on the way. Homeworld. Mission complete. Homeworld captured. Figuratively. Let's see how much prestige... Well, we know how much. It's going to be 670 once again, right? Right, game? Yes, it is. A decent amount of cash for us. The tile not neutral. The Empire defense is 80 from 100, so I think it's dropping about 5 each time because it's a homeworld and thus important. We have a lot more of these battles to go on. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment. How do you feel now that the Romulans have captured Venus? And I will see you all in the next episode.